What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25. Tonight I'm going to do my WWE Smackdown review online. So, guys who new, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. Now, Smackdown itself was a decent show. That's all I got to say. Alright, we're kicking things off backstage. Paul Heyman complains about the contract WWE provided for Roman Reigns. Universal Champion defends against Adam Pearce at the Royal Rumble. Heyman says the match needs a stipulation. Heyman is going to handle it. Jey Uso declares himself for the 2021 Royal Rumble. Alright, so we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jey Uso. This was a, you know what I'm saying, pretty good match for what it was. Alright, Nakamura is all over Uso. Nakamura dumps Uso over the top rope. Cesaro walks down to the ring and joins the announcer desk. After the break, Uso is working over Nakamura in the ring while John at Cesaro at ringside. Uso runs into a sidekick by Nakamura. Nakamura unloads on Uso with a series of strikes. Sliding knee by Nakamura. Nakamura runs into a boot, but Nakamura turns it into a sliding snap German suplex. Uso kicks out. Uso surprised Nakamura with a Samoan drop for a near fall. Nakamura and Jey Uso trade strikes. Suplex into a neck breaker by Uso. Nakamura managed to kick out at 2. Nakamura lands a flying knee off the second rope. Nakamura calls for the Kinshasa. Uso counters with a super kick. Jey Uso attempts his patent splash, but Nakamura gets his knees up. Nakamura misses a spear in the corner. Uso rolls Nakamura up with his feet on the ropes. The referee counts to 3, but sees Uso's feet on the ropes. The referee waves off the pinfall. Jey Uso argues. Nakamura rolls up Jey Uso and hits the Kinshasa for the win. The winner of the match, Shinsuke Nakamura. Alright, the outcome. My thing is this. You should have Cesaro turn on Shinsuke Nakamura. The reason why I said it because Cesaro needs to turn on Shinsuke Nakamura. That way they can start a feud. Cesaro can start a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. Now I don't even mind that at all. Like Cesaro needs to turn on Shinsuke Nakamura. So that's all I gotta say from there. But anyway, let me continue. I just have to put that out there. So we get after the match, Cesaro celebrates with Shinsuke Nakamura. Backstage, Sonya Deville tells Adam Pearce that she check out some of his old matches on YouTube. Deville thinks Adam Pearce has a chance. Pearce says he hasn't been that guy in a long time. Heyman bursts in and tells Adam Pearce that the match will be a no disqualification match. Adam Pearce says he knows this is ridiculous and that stipulation is just to get Adam Pearce injured. Adam Pearce signs it and tells Heyman to save the pitch. Alright, so we get backstage. Jey Uso yells at the referee Charles Robinson. Uso tells Robinson he is going to get himself fired for not doing the right thing. Backstage, Kayla asks the Street Profits if it was putting their titles on the line with Ford being injured. Ford says they ain't scared. That they defended the titles for almost a year. No way they will run from Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. They may be the champions, but the Street Profits are going to run it back. They want the smoke. Okay, first of all, doing this backstage segment, why was the Street Profits smiling after they lost to Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions? I don't know why the Street Profits are smiling. But anyway, it is what it is from there. Alright, we see backstage Apollo Crews with Roman Reigns. Now that right there, I can get right behind right there. Apollo Crews with Roman Reigns. Sign us up to see that one. Sign us up. But anyway, backstage, Apollo Crews is with Roman Reigns. Reigns is putting Crews on game. Heyman walks in with the signed contract. Crews starts to leave, but Reigns tells him to stay because he could learn something. Heyman tells Reigns that Adam Pearce signs the contract for a no disqualification match. Reigns says he never wanted a no disqualification match. Reigns isn't signing that. Reigns wants Adam Pearce in a last man standing match. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns versus Adam Pearce for the Universal Championship in the last man standing match. Nobody don't want to see that match. But anyway, Reigns wants Adam Pearce to sign the contract in the ring. Alright, let's move on. So we get Natalya accompanied by Tamina versus Liv Morgan, accompanied by Ruby Riott and Billie Kay. This match itself was quick. You know what I'm saying? We seen this match last week, so we saw this again. I didn't pay attention to this match. Morgan lands a splash in the corner. Morgan monkey flips Natalya. Natalya eventually stuns Morgan on the top rope. Natalya works over Morgan. Morgan fires up, but Natalya floors her with a lariat. Billie Kay gets into it with Tamina outside the ring. Kay gets in the ring to avoid Tamina. Natalya rolls up Morgan in the confusion for the win. Alright, the winner of the match, Natalya. All I gotta say is Billie Kay needs to be with Peyton Royce. The Iconics need to be together again. I don't know why the Iconics broke up. I said that last week on my SmackDown review and highlights that Billie Kay needs to be with Peyton Royce. There's no reason to break up the Iconics. That's all I gotta say. Or, that's all I gotta say. Alright. King Corbin versus Rey Mysterio. This match itself was decent, but I'm glad this match was over. Corbin beats down Mysterio in the corner. Mysterio counters Corbin with a wheelbarrow bulldog. Corbin tossed Mysterio out of the ring. Corbin pushed Dominic and tells him he ain't gonna do nothing. Corbin gets a near fall. Mysterio fires up and sets up the 619. Corbin reverses it into a deep 6. Mysterio kicks out. Corbin decks Mysterio outside the ring. Decks Dominic outside the ring. Mysterio hits a 619 on Corbin. Dominic charges the ring. Mysterio tells him to stop. Corbin knocks Mysterio into Dominic, who falls off the apron. Corbin hits the end of days for the win. The winner of the match, King Corbin. Alright, so we get backstage. Paul Heyman finds Adam Pearce. Heyman tells Pearce there isn't going to be a no disqualification match. Reigns wants a last man standing match. Adam Pearce says this is a joke. Heyman tells Adam Pearce to think about it, since Reigns wants it signed in the ring. Alright, let's move on. So we get backstage. So we get Dominic questions his father about backing down from someone like Corbin. Mysterio says they need to have a plan against Corbin. Mysterio knows just who to talk to. So we got the Ding Dong Hello segment. So I'm giving this one a chance. It says Bayley says her first guest is Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair joins Bayley in the ring. Bayley tells Belair she was to ring the doorbell or on the fake door she has set up in the ring. Bayley opens the door. Belair sits in Bayley's comfy love seat instead of a stool that was set up for her. Bayley congratulates Belair on her special that is going to be airing on the WWE Network. Bayley says she has a clip of Bayley defeating Belair a few weeks ago. Airs. Bayley quibbles about Belair calling herself the EST. Belair says she is just being her apologetic self. Belair tells Bayley to go put on her dusty gear and they could have a rematch right now. Bayley says she already beaten Belair and has nothing to prove. Bayley suggests they compete in an obstacle course. Belair laughs and agrees. Belair says Bayley might be great, but she can't whoop her. Now I'm excited for next week for that. But the obstacle course reminds me of NXT back in 2010. That's all I gotta say. But I'm looking forward to that match. I'm looking forward to that obstacle course challenge. next week. Alright, let's move on. So we get Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro. This match was good. This match was good for what it was. I enjoyed it. So we get Cesaro takes Bryan over in a side headlock. Bryan gets to his feet, but gets run over by Cesaro. Bryan arm drags Cesaro. Bryan works over Cesaro's arm. Cesaro catches Bryan with a back elbow. Cesaro lands a roaring European uppercut. Bryan surprises Cesaro with a dropkick in the corner. Bryan drops his full body weight on Cesaro's shoulder. Bryan drops his knee into Cesaro's arm. Cesaro responds with a body slam. Bryan flips Cesaro into the ropes. Cesaro lands on his head. Cesaro falls to the outside. Bryan crushes Cesaro with a dive. Bryan kicks Cesaro into the ring post. Bryan tries to lay another kick, but Cesaro ducks. Bryan kicks the ring post. Bryan falls to the floor, clutching at his ankle. After the break, Cesaro is working over Bryan's ankle. Bryan managed to backflip off the top as Bryan lands his leg buckle. Bryan managed to PK Cesaro's injured arm. Bryan head scissors Cesaro into the yes lock. Cesaro reverses that into the Cesaro swing. Cesaro locks Bryan in the sharpshooter. Bryan almost makes it to the ropes. Cesaro turns the hold into a crossface. Bryan reverses it into the yes lock. Cesaro gets to the ropes. Bryan sets up a top rope hurricanrana. Cesaro puts on the brakes. Cesaro hits a spinning brainbuster off the top. Cesaro hits the neutralizer for the win. The winner of the match, Cesaro. So Daniel Bryan already took in 2 L's already. Daniel Bryan has been on a losing streak. That's all I gotta say. Backstage, Carmella and Regina are with Kayla. Carmella says she hasn't seen Sasha Banks since she beat her 2 weeks ago. Sasha Banks barges in and pushes Carmella. Regina stands between the two of them. Sasha Banks says Carmella can have her title match as long as Banks gets Regina in the ring first. Okay. Alright, let's move on. So we get Big E is ringside laying on a couch in a Ghostbuster sweater and snacks to watch the next match. So we got Apollo Crews versus Sami Zayn. Alright. Apollo Crews is all over Sami Zayn. Zayn is dumped out of the ring. Crews hits his moonsault off the announcer desk. Zayn slams Crews' head into the desk. Zayn gets a near fall. Zayn dives off the top rope, but Crews moves out of the way and hits a German suplex. Zayn rolls up Crews with a handful of tights. The referee sees it and slaps the count. Crews rolls up Zayn with a handful of tights for the win. The winner of the match, Apollo Crews. So Apollo Crews cheated to win, but it is what it is from there. Sami Zayn yells about this being a conspiracy. Zayn yells at his filming crew. Crews takes Big E's Intercontinental title. Big E gets up and they have a standoff. Crews tosses the belt at Big E and tells him to take care of that for him. Big E says it will never be Crews. The outcome of Big E and Apollo Crews arguing, that was interesting. Alright, this is the moment that we all been waiting for, the contract signing segment. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Paul Heyman are in the ring waiting for Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce slowly walks to the ring. Reigns tells Adam Pearce to have a seat. Heyman tries to give Reigns a chair. Reigns says he wants the one Pearce is sitting in. Jey Uso forced Pearce to get out of the chair. Pearce signs the contract. Reigns signs it next. Adam Pearce says he waited all night for Reigns to sign the contract. Reigns and everyone else look concerned. Pearce starts to walk up the ramp. Adam Pearce's knee buckles. Adam Pearce limps to the stage. Adam Pearce turns around and says his knee has been bothering him all day. It's an old injury, and Adam Pearce doesn't know if he will be medically cleared to wrestle at the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce reminds everyone that that all match contract says the card is subjected to change. No, not to worry, as a WWE official, Adam Pearce can be named a suitable replacement. Adam Pearce just happened to have one ready. Kevin Owens music hits. Kevin Owens starts down to the ramp with a huge smile on his face. Kevin Owens signs the contract. Reigns is stuttering in the ring, and WWE goes off the air. So that last part of the contract signing really trolled every single one of us. They trolled us, and Team Fort Wood called it down the middle. So shout out to Team Fort Wood for calling it straight down the middle. But overall, SmackDown itself was a decent show. That's all I gotta say. If you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my TikTok, and Instagram down below in the description. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys this Monday on my WWE Raw review and highlights. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm out of here.